Liverpool fans, Newcastle fans, Bomba. Let's dive into it. So let's kick it off with Luke Edwards. What he has had to say on Newcastle. Newcastle have rekindled their interest in Hugo Ekitike as they look to find a striker to play alongside Alexander Isak. Ekitike has a RC around of 100 million euros. Newcastle will almost certainly have to pay the full fee. Now, you may be asking, how on earth does this include Liverpool fans? Now, the reason as to why I think it includes Liverpool fans, let's listen to what Romano has had to say. According to Fabrizio Romano, Newcastle are working on a deal for Hugo Ekitike and pushing for the signature. They are currently working on agreeing personal terms with the player. Let's listen to what Romano has had to say.
Are working on the deal to sign Hugo Ekitike from Inter Frankfurt. I told you last week, and I maintain my position. Newcastle are on it. Newcastle want Ekitike. They wanted João Pedro before he decided to go to Chelsea, so they are still looking to add one more offensive player up front. They believe Ekitike is perfect for Eddie Howe in terms of skills, in terms of potential, in terms of goals to bring to the squad to play Champions League football next season. So Newcastle are working hard on the deal to sign Hugo Ekitike. He's a top target for them. They are really pushing now, working on the agreement on player side and with Eintracht. Of course, it's an expensive player, so it's not an easy or immediate deal for Ekitike, but Newcastle are on it in these hours, not in 3 or 4 weeks. In these hours, Newcastle are working on the deal for Hugo Ekitike. So let them work. Let's see what's going to happen there. But Newcastle are working.
You've heard it from Fabrizio Romano that is the case. Newcastle are working on a deal for Hugo Ekitike. The reason why this is intriguing into Liverpool is for many reasons, as why I'm going to explain. I think we're all in agreement that Liverpool's forward line players that they want is either Alexander Isak or Hugo Ekitike. Now, with Newcastle potentially pushing, we're going to potentially see Liverpool maybe come to the table and maybe advance their targets into Hugo Ekitike. And the reason why this links to Alexander Isak, because if Hugo Ekitike goes to Newcastle, Liverpool have no choice but to kind of go all in for Isak. Because name me another striker that they're going to go and get. João Pedro's, he's been interested, gone. Liam Delap, gone. Gyökeres, gone. Hugo Ekitike, gone. Isak will be one of the remaining players, striker available, that could actually come in and will do a good job for Liverpool. Now, it's going to be really intriguing to see if Liverpool do really now push for their interest in him. This would be a quality signing for Newcastle. If, like Luke Edwards is saying, that he's going to be playing alongside Alexander Isak, are they potentially going to go with two strikers up top, or they just want overall squad depth? Or are they planning for a potential sale of Alexander Isak in the next year or two? Hugo Ekitike bags 15 goals and 8 assists in the Bundesliga last season, and also scored 4 goals and 3 assists in the Europa League for Eintracht Frankfurt. I think this is going to be really interesting because if Newcastle really going to splash nearly 100 million on a player that's not going to play week in, week out. Now, it's about evolving your squad, improving your squad. Yes, of course. But are they going to spend 100 million quid on a player that's not going to play every single game? Depending on how Eddie Howe sets up his system, if he is to go with the two striker up top partnership with Isak as well. If not, if you're just going to go for the one striker partnership, Ekitike is not going to go to Newcastle when he could potentially go to Liverpool and start week in, week out for 38 Premier League games. So I do think it's really going to be interesting whether now Liverpool do come front to the table of this news. This is the bit of the news that we've been waiting for, and this news is absolutely vital now because it's going to be interesting to see if Liverpool do push towards the table of Hugo Ekitike, or are they still going to plan to go all guns in on Alexander Isak once they've fixed all their player sales that they want to do in the likes of Harvey Elliott, Darwin Núñez, Federico Chiesa, etc. Now, I am really, really excited and intrigued to see how this is going to go down from a Liverpool fans and a football's perspective, because if Newcastle are now pushing for an agreement on personal terms for the forward, and they are, working on a deal to actually sign him. This could be something that could accelerate in the next coming days, whether now Liverpool do actually come to the table or not. But people, this is going to be really, really interesting. This is just a bit of a quick news update that Newcastle are going in for all in on Hugo Ekitike. Will Liverpool now come to the fruition of him, or are they still planning to go all guns in on Alexander Isak? I guess we are going to have to wait and see and find out. But people, make sure you're smashing the like button and you're subscriber on that road to 1,800, but also on that road to full 2,000 subscribers. We're hoping to keep getting there before the start of the new season. That would be brilliant to hit, and I do appreciate all the love and support this channel has been supporting by all of you guys. Ekitike to Newcastle, or Liverpool come back in, or will Isak come to us? It's going to be interesting, to say the least, but take care. I'll see you all very soon.